Nintendo is getting murdered by their own mistake, but as the Nintendo games start to rot from the inside, one indie game starts to rise in popularity thanks to their own console. You probably guessed it, if you are a fan of this game, I'm talking about Hades. More specifically about the old Hades that got out a couple of years ago. And while Hades I was at a similar level to Nintendo games at the time, things have changed. Let's get first into the context of why I'm making this video. As many of you guys have seen, we've got a brand new Nintendo Direct on 1 whole hour very recently that presented us with many new games, even though it was 1 hour of mostly Nintendo games such as Tomodachi Life, Pokemon Legends ZA, or Iroh Warrior. The actual best announcement in this direct is one not known by many, and it's Hades 2. I did look at the trailer when the Nintendo Direct came out and it piqued my interest. I ended up borrowing the game at my local library. Yes, I can do that. And playing it on my trip during Thanksgiving. And boy oh boy did you miss something if you've never played this game. Spoiler warning, I'm about to explain what the game is. Hades is a roguelike, which is a unique type of game where every time you launch a game of Hades, you start back from the beginning. Although original roguelikes don't have lobbies and items to unlock outside the runs you play, Hades has that type of progression. No, it doesn't just have that concept, it owns it! From unique story quest lines that unlock when you play a certain number of runs, stat upgrades, weapons, weapon aspects, souvenir shops, dialogues, you get the point, it's infinite. And in between each run is a mini quest line or upgrade. You're pretty much never bored. This game's story also completes it really well. The protagonist of the story, Zagreus, is the son of Hades from Greek mythology, and he tries to escape his father's realm, Hell, to find his mother and go on Olympus with all of the other Greek gods. As Zagreus progresses through the different stages of Hell, our hero encounters many friends and foes. Talking about friends, let's cover the different gods that help Zagreus throughout his adventure and how they affect our playthrough. At the beginning of each run, Zagreus gets one random god's blessing or a hammer of Daedalus. The hammer of Daedalus grants our hero an enchantment, which is specific to the weapon he's wielding. For example, if you chose the bow, you could get an enchant that makes you spam arrows, but you can't charge arrows up anymore. Enchants are really strong, but not enough to win you a run by themselves, which is where the blessings come in. Greek gods such as Zeus, Poseidon, or Aphrodite help you by giving you these special abilities based on their own powers. For example, Poseidon gives you knockback, Zeus gives you thunder, Artemis gives you crit chance, etc. Those blessings are the core mechanic of the game, and they allow you to create many builds in the game. I could go on for hours about why this game is just a masterpiece, but it wouldn't really matter. The last games of Nintendo, except for Donkey Kong Bonanza, have been so bad that Hades should be more appealing to you than any of the games you can name that are recent. And sure, when Hades came out, Nintendo was cooking. It was around Breath of the Wild's first appearance, and that kind of eclipsed the beauty of the game. But this time, it had all the space to shine. Not only was it out on Steam, which is experiencing a slight drought, but it was also on Switch 1 and Switch 2, and boy was it a success. In less than a month, the game hit 2.3 million sales on Steam, climbed up to the top games of the year, has reviews of 93 and 94 on the Open Critics, and is now on par with Donkey Kong Bonanza to be the Game of the Year winner. It's considered by many to be a masterpiece, and even if I didn't play it yet, I support that 1000%. If Hades 2 win Game of the Year, and not Donkey Kong Bonanza, this should be a wake-up call to Nintendo. For an indie studio like Supergiant Games to produce such a banger and rub it in their face by even, using their own console, aka the Switch, to get even more sales, it's just Ridiculous. I'm getting tired of this mockery. The price on the games, Mario Kart World being the biggest flop ever, and Legends EA's DLC before the game is even out. This is honestly the worst time to be a Nintendo fan, and Hades made me reconsider. Maybe it isn't worth it to be a Nintendo fan anymore. Maybe other studios can fulfill my want for video games better than Nintendo, at least for now. Hollow Knight, Hades, Slime Rancher, Split Fictions, heck, even old Nintendo games. All of these games await, and they're way better than the trash we're being fed by Nintendo currently. I want to end this video with a message to Nintendo. Please, Nintendo, create experiences that are worth paying that extra 20 bucks. Bring us back to our childhoods and actually listen to what we want. Please. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by enjoying this next video about Johto Pokemon. Peace!